Dear students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. My name is Ravi. I am a tourism software professional working at CA Technologies, Hyderabad. Today's paper is related to tourism in India, and I will be discussing about the module e-tourism. As you know, information and communication technologies has made a tremendous progress in the recent years, and every industry and sector has applied ICT technologies to enhance their business, and tourism is no exception for that. In fact, tourism has adopted information and communication technology well in advance than many other business sectors across the world. When we apply information and communication technologies to tourism, it's called e-tourism. So we'll be discussing more about e-tourism in today's session. The learning objectives of today's session are: understand what e-tourism is, history and evolution of e-tourism, functions of e-tourism, components of e-tourism, business models of e-tourism, and finally we will cover the limitations of e-tourism. Let's quickly check the introduction of e-tourism. Emergence of information and communication technology, which is popularly known as ICT, and internet transformed the way business is done worldwide. According to internetworldstats.com, in 2015, the internet penetration across the world increased to 46% of the world population, which means 46% of today's population use internet. Since the emergence of the internet, travel planning has always been one of the main reasons that people use the internet for. So when I say travel planning, it means people search for the travel information and make bookings related to their tour and travel online. So internet is widely used for tourism and travel industry. Until mid-1990s, over half of the world's electronic transactions were in travel and tourism, which means out of every 100, at least 50 were related to booking travel and tour related tickets. That was the case till 1990. As I said, tourism has adopted the ICT technology well in advance, and many other sectors came later. That's why tourism has over 50% of the transactions till 1990s. As per Buhalis, the famous researcher related to ICT and tourism, the revolution of the internet and ICTs has had profound implications on the tourism industry. A whole system of ICTs and the internet has been rapidly diffused throughout tourism sectors. ICT is one of the external environment elements in tourism, travel and hospitality. It offers interface between consumers and the suppliers globally. Let us discuss the definitions of ICT and e-tourism. Information and communication technology, though there are many definitions, the famous one is again by the Demetrios Buhalis. According to him, ICTs include the entire range of electronic tools which facilitate the operational and strategic management of organizations by enabling them to manage their information, functions and processes, as well as to communicate interactively with their stakeholders for achieving their mission and objectives. So thus, ICTs emerge as an integrated system of networked equipment and software which enables effective data processing and communication for organizational benefit towards transforming organizations to e-businesses. And one such e-business is e-tourism. Let us see the definition of e-tourism. As I mentioned initially, e-tourism is understood as the application of information and communication technologies in the tourism industry. The definition according to Buhalis, which is popular, is e-tourism is the digitization of all the processes and value chains in the tourism, travel, hospitality and catering industries that enable organizations to maximize their efficiency and effectiveness. That's the key here. So when you apply information and communication technology, you are basically trying to maximize the efficiency of and also the effectiveness of the system. So earlier everything used to be done manually. Now you have the computers which automate that process, and that's how your efficiency and effectiveness increase. At the tactical level, e-tourism includes e-commerce, ERP, and then e-procurement and other ICT functions. At the strategic level, e-tourism revolutionizes all business processes, the entire value chain, as well as the strategic relationships of tourism organizations with their stakeholders. E-tourism applies ICTs to maximize efficiency and effectiveness of the tourism organizations. So this point is stressed time and again because that's the key, that is the most significant point why we have to apply ICT to tourism or for that matter any other business. E-tourism is critical for the competitiveness of the tourism industry in the longer run, which means that going forward all the organizations have to adopt e-tourism, otherwise it's difficult for them to survive in the industry. Let us see the significance of e-tourism, which means why is it more significant, or why do we need e-tourism and not the simple tourism. Information has to flow quickly and accurately among the customers, intermediaries and tourism suppliers. As a result, ICT has become an inseparable feature of the tourism industry. So if you see the points here, the information has to flow quickly and also accurately. Earlier, when paper and pen used to be the case, it used to take time as well as sometimes even days when the information has to flow from one operator to the other operator or from the operator to the service provider. Whereas now it all happens in a fraction of a second. So you can do more operations when you are actually taking less time to do an operation. So that's why ICT plays a major role if you want to serve more customers, more and more customers, more accurately without any collisions. Internet has become the leading source of information for tourists across the world. If you see the graph here, this was a survey from Google who inquired that which of the following do you use to learn about or choose leisure travel destinations. When the participants were asked, 95% of them said that they would first use the internet to gather the information or to book their tour and travel. So additionally, they said they would inquire from family and friends or brochures or magazines, books. They all come next, but out of 100, 95 people try to get the information from internet. That's why it's more significant to use to apply internet to tourism. ICTs are now critical for strategic management of organizations as they allow expansion into new markets, empowering their employees, enhancing distribution, reducing costs, ease of access. ICTs assist the reduction of operation and communication costs by integrating operational systems, maximizing the internal efficiencies, decreasing the number of people required for back office jobs, reducing the amount of face-to-face or telephone communications, enabling consumers to have access to all informations. So basically, consumers get all the information through websites and they can search for information, they can book their tickets online. So even consumers are enabled now and empowered now to do the operations which were earlier done only by the tour operators or travel agencies. Let us now briefly discuss about the history and evolution of e-tourism. Just like any other technologies that emerged, e-tourism also evolved over a period of time from simple email system to the current generation destination management systems. There are three stages popularly mentioned for the evolution of e-tourism. The first stage, which happened in 1970s, the second stage which happened in 1980s, and finally the third stage which starting from 1990s till now. Let us discuss about each of the stage in more detail. The first stage, as mentioned, it happened during 1970s. It is where the computer reservation systems, popularly called CRS system, emerged. Advent of computer networks and electronic distribution helped the emergence of computer reservations systems in 1970s. CRS consists of a database to manage inventory of tourism organization, and this database could be accessed by remote sales office, partners and intermediaries to make reservations. CRS formulated a new marketing and distribution system in travel and tourism industry. So when I say CRS system, each individual airlines used to have their own ICT technology implemented, their own computer reservation systems, which means that, for example, if you go to American Airlines booking office, you can't book for a British Airways ticket because the American Airlines CRS system involves only the American Airlines tickets and not the other company tickets and the information also. So companies operated in silos during this period of the evolution. So popular example is American Airlines computer reservation system for a computer reservation system, CRS system. Next came the second stage, which is also called Global Distribution Systems, popularly known as GDS. It happened during 1980s. Actually, CRS evolved into GDS as airlines expanded their geographical coverage, incorporated a wide range of services and products for the entire industry, integrated multiple airline systems horizontally, vertically integrated services such as accommodation, car rentals, bus, train, booking, etc. As several companies are connected, it enabled the purchase of majority of tourism products online now. Standardized the processes as it connects most of the tourism organizations and intermediaries around the world. Of course, owners charged commissions and participation fees and transaction costs, which were high for small tour operators to perform. So if you see the difference between the first stage and second stage, in the first stage, companies operated in silos, whereas when it comes to the second stage, they were all integrated, which means that you go to any reservation office and you can book for any airline ticket. So this is what happened during the second stage. Additionally, if you take the first stage, only air tickets were being sold using CRS, whereas here they integrated more other businesses such as car rentals, hotel bookings, train bookings. So which means that most of the travel related bookings can be made using global distribution software. So two major differences. One, all the tour operators and airlines were interconnected now. And also, in addition to air ticket booking, you can also book car rentals, hotels, or even bus or train bookings. That is the two main differences between the first stage and the second stage. Popular examples of second stage are Amadeus software, Galileo, Sabre, Abacus. There are many more, but these are the most famous softwares related to GDS. And the screenshot that you are seeing is from Amadeus software website. As you can see, they are not just into airline booking, they are saying connect, which means you can connect to any destination or any airlines. You can serve, which means they are going to serve you the kind of solution that you want, which could be a bus ticket or an air ticket or a hotel booking. And they say manage, which means that they are managing their internal business operations, whether it is human resources or whether it is inventory or financial, anything, they are managing it using this GDS software. That's what they are saying from their website. And finally, the third and the latest stage, I can say that this is occurring since the last decade of the 20th century. It is called as Internet Distribution System, IDS, and Destination Management System, DMS. IDS is also called as Virtual Travel Agent or also called as Online Travel Agent. IDS uses global distribution systems internally and leverage the internet to provide online services. That's the major difference. Virtual tour and travel agents offer a wide range of services and packages needed for tourism. So, as you can see, the major difference between the second and third stage is the internet. Though all the travel agencies and airline operators were interconnected in the second stage, if a consumer or the tourist wants to book a ticket, he has to go to a travel agent or tour operator and request for the booking. Whereas in the third stage, he can do the same thing on his phone using internet. He can search for the information, he can do the booking online now. This is the major difference. Now the consumer is enabled and empowered to do it. The examples for the internet distribution system is Athra.com, TripAdvisor, Make My Trip, Travelocity. There are many other examples. These are the popular examples in India. The screenshot that you are seeing is from the Travelocity.com, where they are offering booking flights, booking hotels, booking trains, cars, you name it. They have all the services that a tourist needs. Destination management system emerged after the internet distribution system. It consists of product database, customer database, and a mechanism to connect the two. Allows customers to create personal destination experience. It provides information and undertakes some marketing activities through mass media and advertising. Provides advisory service for customers and the travel trade. Designs and distributes brochures, leaflets, and guides as well. Provides information on locally available attractions and products. Helps to overcome seasonality problems by spreading and balancing tourism demand. So the difference between an IDS and DMS is, now DMS is more customer focused. They want to make the customer as part of their system. That's why they have a database of the customers from which they do the data mining and provide loyalty points and other such benefits to the customer. They also have the frequent flyer programs, which is more popular. So this is about the history and evolution of e-tourism. Let us discuss about the e-tourism mix. E-tourism mix consists of businesses, tourism, as well as ICT technologies. So business functions such as management, marketing, finance, HRM, procurement, these are all the different functions of business, which when combined with a tourism operator or tourism industry, which has transport, travel, hospitality, leisure, catering, when all these are performed using information and communication technologies such as information systems, ICT technologies, telecommunications such as internet, this combination altogether forms the e-tourism. Let us briefly discuss the e-commerce and industry value chain and how it benefits the end customer. As you see from the graph or the diagram, the traditional approach for any value chain is a supplier who supplies materials or services to a service provider, which is also called the manufacturer, who utilizes the supply chain management to spread his produce or services to the distributors, who manage inventory and in turn supply their goods and services to the retailers, from which the end customers go and purchase the goods and services. So many intermediaries are involved here who actually take commission, and also they maintain inventory, which means it costs more for the product when it reaches the end consumer. So when you apply information and communication technology, that means when you have e-tourism, it actually bypasses all the intermediaries and takes the goods and services directly to the consumer from the manufacturer. So which means you save a lot of commission charges and other operating charges which were earlier consumed by the intermediaries such as travel agencies and tour operators. Functions of e-tourism. E-tourism includes business functions like e-commerce, e-marketing, e-finance, e-accounting, e-HRM, and e-procurement. It performs many management support functions like strategic planning, competition analysis, financial planning and control, accounting and finance, marketing research, marketing strategy and implementation, pricing decision and tactics, middle term planning and feedback, management statistics and reports, operational control management functions. Also, e-tourism performs operations related to communication between departments such as business functions, networking and information exchange, human resources management, staff coordination, operational planning, accounting and billing, payroll, supplies management. Communication and function with branches, coordination of operations, reports and budgeting, availability, prices, information requests from the headquarters or administration, share of common resource databases for customer and operational information. E-tourism also performs functions related to linking between partners such as availability or prices related inquiries, negotiations and bargaining, reservations and confirmations, receipts or documents, vouchers and tickets production, traveling facilitation, keep partners informed about plans, follow up the progress, amend plans should any unexpected developments arise. Feedback and clearing commission functions such as payment and commissions clearance, feedback and suggestions, complaint handling. So it also does building the loyalty through data mining. Let us now discuss about the components of tourism and the corresponding components of e-tourism. As you see, the basic components of tourism are accessibility, accommodation and attraction. Accessibility refers to the travel approach, accommodation refers to the hotels and attraction refers to the destination. In addition to these three basic A's, we also have the tour operators and travel agencies, which are called the secondary components of travel and tourism industry. So the corresponding components of e-tourism are: for accessibility, it's e-airlines; for accommodation, it is e-hospitality; for attraction, it is e-destination. For tour operators, the corresponding component of e-tourism is e-tour operators, and for travel agencies, the corresponding component is e-travel agencies. Let us now discuss about each of these components. E-airlines. E-airlines focuses on improving the accessibility and customer relationship. It provides electronic bookings and online ticketing. It also has e-auctions for last-minute deals to the customers. It makes the business operations efficient, quick, low cost and accurate management of inventory. Indigo, SpiceJet, AirAsia are some of the examples of e-airlines which customize the services to provide low cost fares to customers. An example screenshot what you are seeing is related to the SpiceJet, which is an e-airlines website. E-hospitality. E-hospitality helps manage inventory, accommodate operations and thus maximize revenue and profitability. Property management systems is an ICT application that helps manage end-to-end operations of the hotels. Distribution and marketing is done using information and communication technology. Kappa is an e-hospitality application which is famous around the world. The screenshot is from the web open page of the Kappa software. E-tour operators. Using ICT, tour operators connect to the databases of travel agencies to book services for the customers. ICT improved productivity, capacity management and enhanced services to customers. Tour operators promote their products and attract customers using internet. Southern Travels is a very good example of domestic tour operator, e-tour operator. As you can see from the website, it has so many holiday packages, tour packages, and you can even make international bookings, travel package bookings using Southern Travels. E-travel agencies. E-travel agencies operate reservation systems to check availability, to check prices, and also to make reservations for tourism products. They offer services for booking air ticket, hotel, car, bus, train, cruises, anything related to tourism. Make My Trip, Travelocity, Clear Trip, Yatra are some of the examples of e-travel agencies operating in India. This is a screenshot of yatra.com, which is very popular in India. E-destination. Destinations are a combination of tourism products, facilities and services all under one brand. So this is the major differentiator. All these come under one brand name. ICT is applied to do planning, management and coordination functions of destinations. That's when we call it as e-destination. Tourism organizations use ICT to facilitate the tourist experience before, during and after the visit. So before the visit, probably it helps the tourist by providing the information and also to book the necessary tickets. During the visit, it helps to get the complaints and then resolve those issues then and there. And after the visit, probably it helps by seeking feedback on their trip and also by providing any offers and new tourism destinations to the customers. E-destination also helps coordinate with all partners involved in production and delivery of tourism. It provides detailed information of the destination such as location, attractions, amenities, accessibilities, etc. Most of the e-destination websites provide multimedia content to provide a glimpse of the destination. If you see, most of the tourism websites today either will have the photographs or even the videos related to the destination that you would like to visit. So you actually get a glimpse of the destination that you are going to visit even before you visit there. But again, these multimedia content can never replace the real experience that you get when you actually visit the destination. The popular example for e-destinations are etourismindia.com, discover.com. So this is the homepage of the etourismindia.com website. Let us now discuss the business models of e-tourism. These business models are for any e-commerce applications, not only for e-tourism, but they also apply to e-tourism. Depending on the parties involved in the transaction, e-tourism can be classified into 4 business models. The first one is B2B, called business to business business model. The second one is B2C, called business to consumer model. The third one is C2C, called consumer to consumer model. The fourth one is consumer to business, which is called C2B business model. B2B business model, called the business to business model. In this, it involves transaction between two businesses. A seller business, usually a supplier, sells its products and services to another business called the service agent in tourism industry. So online procurement or e-procurement is an ICT application for B2B business model. In this, procurement process is done over internet. E-procurement reduces the cost of procurement and also it enhances the time in which the procurement is made. As you can see from the diagram, hosts have a product, host business has got a product which it sells to a consuming business, and the consuming business places an order for the product. Finally, the host receives the order, processes and dispatches the product. So all the parties involved here are business processes. Jet Airways online procurement website is an example for B2B business model. So this is the web page for vendor evaluation in Jet Airways, where the supplier business can register itself to Jet Airways, and once it is registered, it can supply its products and services to Jet Airways. The second business model is B2C business model, which is business to consumer business model. This involves transaction between business and consumer. Here, a business sells its products to consumers directly. As you can see, host has got a product. Host is a business here, business organization, whereas the consumer is the actual customer. So once the consumer likes the product, he can place an order to the business, and once the business organization receives the order, it sends the required goods and services to the customer. This is basically the B2C model. ITDC hotel booking website, the ashokagroup.com and Make My Trip website, makemytrip.com are examples of B2C tourism business models. So this is the screenshot of ITDC, the Ashoka Group hotel website, where as an end user, you or I can go to that website and book a hotel room using this web page. So which means the hotel is directly selling the customer the hotel room. The third model is C2C business model, which is consumer to consumer model. This involves transaction between the consumers. All the parties involved here are consumers. There is no business organization involved in this particular business model. A consumer either sells or shares information to another consumer. eBay is a common example of online auction website where a consumer can place their own goods and services and another consumer can buy the same. The recent example is OLX, which is very popular in India. Also, a C2C online community shares their travel experience through storytelling or through the distribution of artifacts such as photographs and videos. This is more applicable to the tourism industry where, say, when I visit a tourism destination, I capture some photos and videos which I place on net and share either through social websites or through tripadvisor.com websites, which are actually seen by the other consumers and get influenced through my content, whether it could be the description about the destination or it could be the photos or videos about the destination. So this is what a C2C business model again is. TripAdvisor.in is a good example where consumer shares experience, information and feedback on different tourism destinations and services. So this is the website of TripAdvisor.in where what you are seeing is the ethipothal of all's photos and reviews related to that particular destination. The final model, which is C2B business model, which is consumer to business model. In this, the end customers or consumers create products and services which are consumed by businesses and organizations. It is opposite to the B2C model where businesses place their goods and services which are consumed by the consumers, whereas here it is the other way. An example of C2B business model is where a consumer specifies a need and the various business compete or bid to fulfill that need. It uses reverse pricing models where the customer determines the prices of the product and services. There is increased emphasis on customer empowerment. With this model, customer is more empowered to decide his own price. Bid2travel.com is a good example for this. An online web page of bid2travel.com is what you are seeing in this screenshot. So that is about the business models of e-tourism. So finally, let us discuss about the limitations of e-tourism. Any technology or any concept will have its own limitations and disadvantages. The limitations of e-tourism are, it might be difficult to integrate internet and e-commerce software with some existing, especially the legacy applications and databases. Computer hardware and software are involved in this e-tourism, which means they add cost to the goods and services that are provided through e-tourism. Security and privacy concerns deter consumers from buying. Since you are making a transaction online, you actually apprehend the security of your credit card details or bank account details. That's where customers usually go back. Lack of trust in e-commerce and in unknown sellers hinders buying. Since you don't know from whom you are buying, probably that hinders the consumer from buying services and goods from that particular online travel agent or tour operator. Internet accessibility is still expensive or at least is inconvenient for some of the customers who are not so well versed with the computers. Online fraud is increasing, which again deters the consumers from booking online. Survival of travel agents is getting difficult with the advent of virtual travel agents. Earlier, travel agents and tour operators used to have their own build and brick offices, whereas now they are now replaced by the web. So which means actually it's making difficult for the brick and mortar companies or tour operators to survive in this world of internet. And finally, the basic question, can virtual travel replace real travel, still exists. This question can not be answered because a virtual travel can never be replaced with the real travel. Summary of the session. We have understood the concept of e-tourism its significance and history and evolution of e-tourism, also the different components of e-tourism and the different business models of e-tourism. We have seen some of the screenshots of popular e-tourism related websites. We have understood the limitations of e-tourism. We conclude that ICT has made the industry more competitive and attractive to both customers and service providers, apart from other stakeholders and distribution partners. We have seen that e-tourism represents a radical shift in the way tourism industry is experienced. As a result, business practices have been transformed, and that each stakeholder in the marketplace is going through a redefinition of their role and scope in the industry. Although e-tourism helps in many ways, such as improving efficiency, coordination, differentiation, and cost reduction, it still requires strategic management vision and commitment in order to achieve the objectives. So with this, I would like to conclude that e-tourism plays a major role in catering to the mass public, where crores and crores of people are preferring to travel across the globe these days. E-tourism not only caters to the public but also reduces the cost of management and also improves the efficiency of the tour organizations. Thus, e-tourism plays a major role in this competitive world for the tour organizations to survive. For more information, please refer to the e-text, and also please check the references provided in the website. Thank you.